This is The Space Shot, episode 146 for October 7th, 2017. CRS-1. Hey everyone, welcome to The Space Shot, your daily space history, pop culture, and news fix. I'm John Molnix. On October 8th, 2012, SpaceX launched the first commercial resupply services mission to the International Space Station. Previous flights had been for demonstration purposes, and this was the first of what would become regular flights to the station. SpaceX just launched CRS-12 back in August of this year, so with the exception of CRS-7, SpaceX has had 11 of 12 missions to the International Space Station be successful. CRS-1 delivered supplies like food and consumables, crew clothing, and other necessities. This mission also delivered the Glacier, or General Laboratory Active Cryogenic ISS Experiment Refrigerator, to the space station. Glacier had a special cargo on this flight. It was carrying ice cream for the astronauts on board the station. Not the freeze-dried kind that you find in museum gift shops, but the actual frozen variety. Besides making a special ice cream delivery, the Dragon also delivered a capillary flow experiment to the station. The purpose of those experiments was to see how fluids move on surfaces in microgravity, an important topic that has implications for how water is transferred on spacecraft. There was also a JAXA experiment that was delivered to the station that investigated, quote, the importance of the structural connections between microtubules, plasma membrane, and the cell wall as a mechanism of gravity resistance. The European Space Agency also had some biology experiments delivered during this mission as well that examined microorganisms and humans. A few quick historical items for today. On October 7th, 1958, Dr. Keith Glennon, the NASA administrator at the time, approved the manned satellite project, saying, quote, "Let's get on with it," which moved the newly titled Project Mercury forward. On October 7th, 1959, the Soviet Luna 3 spacecraft captured the first images of the far side of our moon. 58 years ago today, we hadn't even seen those images, and now with modern spacecraft, the far side of the moon has been imaged in greater detail, further expanding our knowledge of our closest celestial neighbor. Tomorrow's episode will feature my wide-ranging conversation with Dr. Yu of the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. I'm excited to share that conversation with everyone, and I look forward to more in the future. As always, the show notes have more information on today's episode. Be sure to connect with me on Instagram and Twitter. Find me at John Molnix. I'm always up to chat. Let me know what you think of the podcast by leaving a review in iTunes. It takes just a minute to do that, and it makes a huge difference because it helps even more people find the show. I'd also appreciate if you could share the Space Shot with your friends and family, and anyone else that enjoys podcasts. Tomorrow, Dr. Yu and visualizations. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.